But that's not the game that Hollywood wants to play. That's not the game that our institutions want to play, unfortunately. But Kevin Feige is now saying that Doctor Strange was cut from WandaVision because he's white and male. Interesting.
'Twas the night after Christmas, towards the end of the bell. Creatures were stirring from the deepest pits of hell. Karina McDaniels, the demon of rage, hasn't uploaded in 26 days. Many thought she was gone for good. The truth is, okay, no, I can't do this rhyming shit anymore. Look, the holidays have been a fucking hectic nightmare for me. The amount of time I had to spend working overtime and getting gifts from my whole family was insane, to say the least. YouTube has unfortunately had to sit by the wayside for a while, like a neglected middle child, which sucks because I have some awesome content I plan on making for the next year. I have at least like 3 long-form projects I've been researching for the past like 6 or 7 months. They're gonna go hard as a motherfucker, as the kids would say it. I promise you. Subscribe now if you didn't already, or else I will materialize in your house. I will physically will myself into existence in your house. I'll get a big knife, and I will be disappointed with your choices in life and will inform you as such. Hey, it's not my fault you didn't heed my warnings. Some people might be a little upset because I promised to talk about clownfish again. Look, I'll address that. I honestly didn't have enough material to make a good video. I honestly tried. But not even I can make good content out of what I had. If you ask me, Clownfish's content has been kinda alright, actually. I had disagreements, obviously, but they weren't substantial enough for my usual content. I didn't want this to be, like, nitpicky. I didn't want to be a nitpicky motherfucker. And that's what I felt like I was doing making that video. So I scrapped it. Something I do a lot more often than you think. But trust me, I've got something you'll enjoy. How about a reliably easy target for the holidays? Let's see here. Oh, Josiah Rises. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. He's the guy who said anti-racism is the same thing as communism.
Which shouldn't be that much of a surprise. After all, Sesame Street is just a small fraction of the Hollywood pie, I guess you could say. And as we all know, Hollywood is indeed a very Marxist place. Their entire agenda is a Marxist agenda to completely overthrow all of our foundations of this country, whether it is the godly foundation upon which this country was founded, the biblical foundation, or
Man, I wish conservatives actually picked up a book and learned what communism actually means. Here you go. Here's what communism actually means. You're welcome. That wasn't even hard. It's just embarrassing at this point. Fucking hell. Anyway, that's weird. The last upload was 4 months ago. How very strange. I wonder what happened. Did he finally get canceled so hard he doesn't exist anymore? Or a more likely reason is the SJW's Ruin Everything gravy train has finally derailed and caught fire, so he abandoned it, most likely to join some far-right free speech website like Big BitChute, whatever the fuck it's called. Straight into the graveyard of relevancy with Paul Joseph Watson and Stefan Molyneux and other racist asshats. In all honesty, I don't know what he's doing now. What I do know is his entire channel was demonetized by YouTube, so it's no surprise he's not wasting his time here anymore. He was affiliated with Geeks and Gamers at one point. I don't know if he still is. If so, he's been gone for a long while and shows little sign of coming back. In case you're new here, you might be wondering how I best describe Josiah Rises, or Josh as I like to call him. Well, okay, so Josh is your incredibly racist uncle who says such outlandish bullshit because he watches 9 hours of Fox News and OAN a day, but still wonders why nobody likes him? Oh, and they have a knack for defending homophobic assholes who donate to charities that believe in gay conversion therapy. Good one, Josh. That's somebody you should die on a hill to defend. Really makes you look good. And men like him will cry that they're being shadow banned when they share poorly researched articles on the internet proving that the COVID vaccine changes your blood type. I shit you not, I've heard people argue this before. They're the same kinds of people who lambast the mainstream media for being biased while getting news exclusively from Daily Wire, Drudge Report, Sky News, Breitbart, Fox News, OAN, Newsmax. I can keep going. Case in point, here's a video of Josh reading a Bounding Into Comics article about WandaVision. Now, how would I describe Bounding Into Comics? Well, so you know those celebrity gossip magazines at the checkout stands? Yeah, that's Bounding Into Comics. The website famous for being a little too buddy-buddy with the Comicsgate movement, and who reported a fake tweet amongst other hilariously inaccurate blunders. To be as fair as possible, they aren't the worst website on the planet, but the pandering to the MAGA crowd is cringe as fuck, as the children would say. Speaking of cringe AF, here's a Bounding Into Comics article claiming that Kevin Feige or whatever cut out the Doctor Strange guy because he was white and male. The most evil combination.
Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige confirmed that Doctor Strange was cut from the recent Disney Plus season of WandaVision because he's white and male. According to MovieWeb, Feige spoke with Brian Hiatt of Rolling Stone about WandaVision and Marvel Studios' initial plans to include Doctor Strange in the show. Apparently, Doctor Strange was supposed to be communicating with Wanda via the commercials that were seen through the show, like the Toast Mate scene in episode 1 and the Strucker Watch scene in episode 2. However, Strange was cut from the show, and Kevin Feige explained why. He stated, some people might say, oh, it would have been so cool to see Doctor Strange, but it would have taken away from Wanda. How the F would that have taken away from Wanda? Like, I don't understand that as well. Like, just think about that. Think about how pathetically they view female actresses and how they view female characters, right? Think about that. They think that having a white male in the show is automatically going to take away from Wanda.
Tennis. Don't worry, I'm not going to subject you to any more of Josh just lazily reading the article. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you the highlights. So the claim that Bounding Into Comics is making is misleading at best and outright bullshit at worst. Here's a Rolling Stone article that covers the exact same story. They get the quotes right, to their credit, but Bounding Into Comics seems to be hyper-focused on the "here's the white guy" comment. Oh, is anyone surprised by that? Not in the least bit. Now, was that a poor choice of words on Kevin's part here? Perhaps. I'm not really convinced he meant it in the way it comes off, but maybe he could have worded it better. Here's the issue I have, though. Bounding Into Comics, and Josh, by extension, are really grasping at straws to make this outrage narrative work. They are really trying to push this white man cut out solely because he's a white man. This is, needless to say, a stretch that Mr. Fantastic would have trouble making. First off, let's remember that these are the same people that argue creators should have full control of their properties. I mean, they already do, but for some reason they aren't convinced of that. Ignoring that, every single time some famous celebrity ever even points towards the idea of that, hey, maybe there should be a few more black people or women in popular media because it's America and it's a diverse country. You know, maybe just a little bit, a tiny bit, you know. You know, when they say shit like that, how do these people react? Oh my god, you're murdering my childhood. Superman isn't bisexual. Hulk can't be a woman. 007? A black woman? These monsters are destroying my favorite franchises from the inside. It must be the Twitter mobs forcing them to put women in my comics. There's simply no way that people responsible for creating my favorite properties would ever think that there's not enough minorities in media. Impossible! Huh. Interesting. Kind of sounds like you support the creators if, and only if, they make decisions that match your outlook on the world. And otherwise, you lambast them for hating the fans, quote unquote. And you still wonder why people call you toxic. I mean, come on. If they hated him because he's white and male, why does he have his own separate spin-off from WandaVision? Is that how Marvel is taking revenge on the white male menace by cutting out his stuff because they wanted to focus on the main character of a story that's about said main character? We could argue all day about whether or not this is the right move creatively. We can argue about that till your dad comes home from his 15-year journey for cigarettes. But to argue that it's because Marvel wants to kill all white men, kill cis scum. It's absurd. You sound like a hypersensitive, self-righteous, keyboard warrior, loser, SJW weenie. Yeah, that's right. I called you a weenie. What you gonna do about that? What you gonna do about that? Nothing. There ain't nothing you gonna do about that, bro. Nothing. Speaking of weenies, I've been roasting this weenie real good. Delicious. Sorry about this video being so short, but Josiah really isn't worth wasting any more breath about. I mean, dude has nearly 200,000 subs, but can't even break 10k views on a video. Some not even 7k. I mean, what is the point of subscribers if they don't watch your videos? I guess every creator has their expiration date, but Josiah Rise is aged worse than Madonna from the looks of it. I love you all. Happy New Year. I've had some massive projects in the works I think you'll love. 2022 will hopefully be the year that I become the god of YouTube. Wouldn't that be dope? But anyway, thank you to everyone who subscribed. 2021 has been the best year by a long shot, at least for me on YouTube here. I couldn't have done it without all of you. I'm Kerri McDaniels. Have a safe New Year's, you crazy demons. Mommy loves you. Mwah.